All right, we're live. Who knew? It was so easy. I'm just going to quickly share this out on Facebook. Looks like we did that. Who knows? Okay, I thought what it might be fun is just to have a quick look. I have 8 or 9 minutes here to run through a quick look at these two titles, and let's see how we do. So first one up, MBT, the 4C MBG expansion module for main battle tank MBT from GMT Games. Been anxiously awaiting this for quite a while. We'll open the box and then we'll have a look at the back of the box and all the rest of it and dig in. Those of you who are familiar with MBT will know this is is it the second or the third? The third expansion, potentially. So, my goodness. Obviously, a lot of European tanks. We've got Leopards, American M113s, M150s. The Canadians are interesting because they use a blend of technologies from different organizations. You guys can see all that fairly clearly. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? And good to see you online. And you've got your time scale. So if you've played MBT before, you played the old Avalon Hill MBT, you will know what this is all about. And I'm not going to explain the game to you. You don't need to know it. If you don't care about expansions, then tune out for 5 minutes and we'll have a look at Stalingrad 42 in a sec. I love the artwork on the boxes. A little more authentic and real. It doesn't feel like clip art, you know. Love the what appears to be a very powerful M113 in the background there, beaten up on a BMP by the looks of it, of some type in the back. But anyway, let's see what's in the box, right? So scratch this out. Once again, we have the ever popular maps, the concertina fold-out, narrow, long maps with the Russian color scheme, always extremely popular with folks. That'd be a big-ass village. Very nice. Only 2 maps in this one by the looks of it. 4, obviously, if we count the double-sided, right? Heavily wooded area. Now, that's interesting. So, clearly, we're going to be hooking up and connecting to other maps in the series. Let's have a look and see what we have here. We'll have a look at the leopards. Oh, crying out loud. All right. So, pardon me while I bump the camera. Let's move this a little bit. Got some Willet here on the side. I can't see comments, so if you're sharing or making a comment, I probably can't help you right now. There we go. Hey, John, how are you doing, buddy? Okay, so let's have a close-in look at these guys. I love these data cards. They're so much easier to use than the early Avalon Hill ones. Very clear, sensible layout. You get some good artwork on the guns, on the guns and the weapons platforms and things like that. I'm trying to focus this for you. Very nice. Hey, David, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you as well. So there's the Lynxes. As I said, they have a lot of interesting, that's pretty standard. Oh, cool, Hornets, there we go. And on the back, let's have a look at them here. M113s, boring. M150, very nice. Got their toes on them. And what is this? Oh, a bridge layer, sweet. And crew serve weapons, of course. Let's see. And a helo, the Kiowa helos. Okay, so that's the cards. Now you'll notice in this one, for a change, there are not a whole bunch of Soviet cards as well, so you don't have to buy this to get the Soviet cards. All we're really doing here is buying the Canadian forces, which is nice. Get a couple of extra maps. I'm sure in here we're going to have an OB and some scenarios. Not a super heavy. Oh wow, look, that counters a easy punch, I guess. They're all over the place. That's a shame. It's going to get punched pretty quickly anyway. The leader counters are here. The friggin' hell. All right, the squads are here. Super. Let's have a look at the counters up close. So we can see the leopards. They look pretty nice there. Let's see what's on the back without knocking them out. M113's on the back of the leopards. That's interesting. Wondering how large a formation you'll be able to build with some of these scenarios. 2 helos and 2 hornets. That's another interesting data point. And bridge layers are on the back of those. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the box because it's just making a mess. Let's have a look at the scenarios and see what's in here. Put these in here. Put our little concertina maps away. Okay. Yes, we have a TO&E. I'm sure there are going to be some special rules and here are the different formations, which you can't read because I'm holding it too far away, but we have the Royal Canadian Dragoons, the 1st Battalion of the Royal 22nd Regiment, and the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, the second longest name for a unit, and the Royal Canadian Horse Artillery. And there are my potatoes. Am I already up to 8 minutes? My goodness. I'm going to have to go check the potatoes in a second. New terrain features. There we go. We'll have a look at that. Tracks. There we go. And some sort of, tracks here in the towns as well. If you can see here, there's a track element. Ooh, this is cool. Blowpipes, Leopard, APFSDS. This is pretty cool. Right up here. I'll have to have a read of that. That looks interesting. Let's have a look at the scenarios. Leader effects, that's going to be all impacts upon gameplay. One of the cool things you can do with this game is you can take a leader and mature him through a cycle, which is pretty cool, through your various scenarios, assuming he survives. Okay, so we've got the unit summaries here, and then we've got the OOBs, right? The 4th Canadian Mechanized Brigade Group, the mech battalions, and then straight into scenarios. Scenario 31, I'm going to have to go stop this oven because it's going to start beeping. Bear with me. In fact, I think that's going to beep no matter what I do, so we'll just let it go off and I'll come back to it. All right, so this is Beans and Bullets scenario. Post-mobilization. It's a 3-mapper using maps 27, 2, and 4. There's a 5-mapper right there. This is a race for the prize. Reserve units from the 1st Guard Tank Army are committed, along with some motor rifle units. Blunting, the 4C MBG is tasked with blunting the Soviet advance. And that will have air assets, and there's that damn thing. Just stop. Okay. So as you can see, a swag of scenarios. And it's going to pull in units from other modules as well. Of course, and you'll need the Soviet units. We can go from there, pardon me. An infiltration scenario with the large wooded area there, very nice. I love the scenario layout for these things, and then you get to sort of plan out your mission and see how things will work, and then totally screw it up as you go. It's great. All right, so look, 23 pages of scenarios and a couple of pages of rules. Pretty interesting stuff. Excellent. I'm super happy about this. I don't know what's going to be next. I've got BAOR, the FRG, and of course this. The son of a gun. I'll be back. All right, highly professional. There we go. Next guy, Stalingrad 42. Had a chance to have a look at this with Mark Simonich last week at a con, and it was the Advanced After Combat con. So we had a look at all the components. I didn't really dig into the box art and too much, and look at the components in detail, but we can perhaps do that here. Those of you that are familiar with Mark's Holland 44, Normandy 44, Ardennes 44, the Caucasus campaign, although that's a little bit different. It's basically the same system. I call it ZOC lock or ZOC bonding system. It's all using the same concept pretty much. And this one's a biggie. This one's a mini monster. It's 3 maps. You're gonna have 32 pages of rules. It's that nice soft paper, so if you want to write on your rules, you can. You'll probably need to, because as with all games these days, I'm sure within a month we will have a living rules edition, and you will probably print out a PDF anyway. So we can put that to one side and ignore it. And then we get the playbook out and we have a look at the gorgeous art on the playbook. And by the way, look at the art on this guy here. Oh, that's the cover box. That's the cover shot. But look at this. Beautiful. I have the name of the artist. Oh, here it is here. Antonius Caridius, I think is how or Caridis, we would pronounce that. Can you see that there? Beautiful artwork. So it's all original art, very thematic, love it. Lots of good historical notes in this. I've already had a look through this previously. A fantastic extended example of play. If you've played these other games, Ukraine 43, for example, you'll know the basic system. All you're going to have to do is monitor for the exceptions, the things that are different because of the historical nature of the historical nature, the nature of the situation comes with the counter trade. Interesting. Didn't notice that last time. Your standard 1 to 3, 7 to 1, 1d6 table of results. This time, however, with what the advances are marked on the CRT, unlike Ukraine 43 second edition, where you have to look inside the rules to find that. This is very nice. You're going to have your same old determined defense and disengagements and rallying tables and isolation, attrition, and things of that nature. The terrain charts will probably be looking very familiar, where you're going to get a 1 to the left for certain terrains and doublings in others, so like minor cities, etc. All this is pretty bulk standard stuff. Are there any interesting terrain types? Alpine hexsides are new, unless you play Caucasus campaigns, of course. Marshes, seasonal marshes, major rivers. Yeah, it's all pretty straightforward stuff. So that's going to be cool. So you should be able to jump in. If you've played these other games, I'm betting you'll be able to jump into this very, very quickly. 2 player charts, by the way. That's nice. All right. Let's see. Scenario, layouts, all very handy. Campaign game and a full Blau game. There's another setup chart doohickey. I'm not going to be able to lay out all the maps. Let me have a little sip of the willet. Oh, that's good. All right. Now, counter art. Let's check out those suckers there. I'm guessing they're Hungarian, maybe? Let me see if I can see it. They're Slavic. I don't know what these guys are. Probably Romanian. And oh no, here's the Romanians. These are probably Hungarian. And then I'm just looking at some of these units here. Romanian forces. What do we got here? I'm trying to look through the camera. It's easier if I look over the top of it. I don't know what they are. Trucks. For supply, that'll be all right. Building forts just like you would normally, I'm assuming. Supply depots by the looks of it. Okay, let's take a look at some of the Soviet units. Their traditional tan. I miss the green of the Soviet forces, like the old SBI days. They used to have Soviet forces like that. All right. And then you've got Russian Guard equivalent. And you know, the cuts on these are great. Whoops, and looks like they're going to come out easily as well. I'm not ready to punch this just yet. Okay, very cool. And then you've got disruptions and, of course, full retreats and all the rest of it. I'm assuming on the back here. Yep, full retreat. And green is 1812. I know, John, but I like it. I like the old SBI. What was that quad? Army Group South quad. All those green Soviet units, and then of course, war in Europe. Nothing like that long, snaky kind of green 113s or whatever they were, or 213s. Anyway, reminiscing, nostalgia, crappy games, but great artwork. All right, don't know what. Oh, Volga Flotilla. So this must be the Soviet Marine battalions and brigades, or brigades, I should say, regiments and brigades. So that's all very nice. Now there are 3 maps. Well, let me see if I can lay them out, straighten out somehow. Let me move the boxes, give you a quick look at that. And I'm going to move the drink out of the way so we don't spill it on it yet. 3 maps and a small section, I think, is how this will work. Let me pull this back to the edge of the table. So I'm guessing bottom left-hand side here. Yep, this is your startup. This is your actually. Wow. All right. So this runs north to south. Voronezh is up at the top, and we've got Rostov down the bottom here. We would have that guy out. Well, it's got a lot of promotional stuff on it now that I look at it. This is going to be Stalingrad, which should be maybe next. I'm guessing next. Possibly not. Maybe one in between. That looks a little too close to me, or maybe not. We'll see. This is obviously going to be the Caucasus section, I'm guessing. Yeah, here we go. So these two go together here. There's probably some overlap. And then we've got Caucasus will sit here. So it's actually a 4-map game, but the bottom 2 maps are half maps. So there's the bottom of the Caucasus. And then you've got the Sea of Azov map here, which is much. Oh, now I know why there's the 2 logos. I thought perhaps there was a lot of advertising, but just, labeling of the game, but here's what it is. This is going to overlap, see? So that's all that is. It's going to go right here like that. So it's a 2.5 mapper, right? Because these are basically half maps. I'm wondering why they didn't make this 1 map. Maybe because there's scenarios, I don't know. But a large section of terrains, lots of maneuverability here, I'm betting. You've got the initial fortification lines that will have to be broken through. This is going to be lots of fun. Let's see, Stalingrad is 2 hexes, sorry. And I think Mark was mentioning that he put a lot of time and effort into the researching here, some of the scenario stuff. Hey, Tony, how you doing, buddy? Kyle, what's up, Doc? Well, as you can see, Kyle, you can see the scope, right? So you really, I'll pull the scenario out and we'll look at let's look at the turn track, and I'll tell you the period of time it covers. City, these ferry crossings, etc. Going to make it interesting. Now let's try and find the turn track runs from. Yeah, here we go. June 28, 1942 through December 31st, 1942. So that will give you an indication of the timing, and all you fanatical historians can argue about what all that will cover. But both sides are going to have an opportunity to be on the offensive here, which is what I'm particularly excited about. I think this will be a relatively, I almost said quick, but a relatively easy playing game versus, and well-paced perhaps is the right terminology that I want to use. It would be cool to try and take on the little Grozny area, so playing the Race for the Oil from the old OCS system from Case Blue. That would be cool to put that through its paces. I'm assuming there's a scenario in there. Let's, in fact, get the scenario booklets out and have a look. The playbook, because I didn't show you that. Here we go. Let's see. Campaign. Nope. Operation Uranus. No offense. Let's see if we can find the scenarios. Well, I know there are scenario setup cards, but I thought maybe that might be in here as well. Let's see. Nope. Nope. So let's look on the scenario cards. I guess looks like there are just a couple of scenarios here then. Maybe Caucasus campaign and the Uranus scenario on this side. Okay, so 3. Campaign game, Fall Blau, Uranus. Fall Blau, Uranus, right? Yep. So, hopefully that answers your question. Yes, it does go to the Black Sea. Oh, and look, it's Dan Pancaldi. What's up, Dan? Amazing that we got you live on here, my friend. Thank goodness you can't talk. It's just going to be you listening and typing fast. So, this is indeed a pretty epic package of components. Not going to bore you to death with overviews of everything. If you've not played any of the what I would call the Zockbond game systems, I'd highly encourage you to perhaps try Ukraine 43 to start with, because it has a nice tension to it and lots of mobility in it, versus I know a lot of folks are huge fans of Ardennes 44. But if you're not a big Bulge fan, then that's probably not the game for you with this particular system, because it does have some fairly intricate nuances that escape me. But you can, maybe this would be the game for you. I don't know. But if you haven't tried Mark Simonich's system, there's Holland 44, as I mentioned earlier on, and Normandy 44, and Ukraine 43, and this guy 42. I think you'll be well served getting obtaining one of these titles and developing a feel for the system, and see if there's others that you might like. I know that they're. Look at this. There's Dan being funny. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at this artwork. I'm stunned. I love this artwork here. I wonder how much they paid that guy for this painting, and whether he got to keep the rights for it or not. Very nice. He has a website, by the way. It's on my blog and on the Facebook, the Big Board Facebook page. And if I haven't posted it, I meant to, and I will post it after this video. And I hope you will take a chance to have a look at his website and see if there's stuff there that you maybe can buy and support him. Anyway, look, just a quick little live catch up, because I haven't done it forever. Yeah, it may well be digital artwork, but it is indeed his work. It's hand drawn versus clip art from some of the other covers that are evident on the GMT boxes and other organizations' boxes. So this just has a very natural feel to it. This actually looks to me, Kyle. Oops, that's probably a little too zoomed in. It looks to me almost like brush strokes here. So hard to say. Anyway, we're zoomed in a bit here. I'll try and zoom out. Sorry, the phone is very sensitive when it comes to zooming when I'm doing live stuff. This is all I want to share with you. Just a quick look. Don't want to bore you to tears with an hour-long drama session. So let's look forward to getting together and playing some of this. Maybe I'll get the rules down and we'll play it live with you, or not, as the case may be. And we'll take care of business and talk to you soon. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and happy Halloween, if there is such a thing.